So students, in this lecture, we are going to study pharmacology of norepinephrine. So we have already discussed the characteristics of catecholamines. Basically, this norepinephrine is a catecholamine. So from that structure, we can easily assume the pharmacology or the characteristic of this drug, that is norepinephrine. So what is norepinephrine? Basically, students, norepinephrine is also a neurotransmitter. So this neurotransmitter, this is a natural substance which is present in your body. It has ability to trigger the alpha receptors most prominently as compared to the beta receptors because of its characteristics, because of its structures. So what we assume that this is norepinephrine. This is similar to epinephrine. So it should stimulate both alpha and beta receptor, but this is not the exactly what it is doing. Its most prominent effect is on the alpha adrenergic receptors because of its structure, on the nitrogen group, that is on the amine group, that it has only the hydrogen group, which is the smallest group, while the epinephrine contains the methyl group, which is greater group as compared to the hydrogen group. So that epinephrine has greater activity at beta receptors as compared to the alpha receptors, while this norepinephrine contains just an hydrogen atom on the nitrogen. So it has most prominent alpha adrenergic activity as compared to the beta activities. So coming towards the details, cardiovascular actions of norepinephrine. So this norepinephrine is a vasoconstrictor because of its alpha adrenergic activity. It has ability to cause the peripheral resistance. It has ability to cause the vasoconstriction. So additionally, it has ability to constrict the vessels, including those of the kidney, because of its alpha effects. So it has ability to increase both systolic and diastolic pressure. Why this norepinephrine is increasing your both systolic and diastolic pressure? Because it has vasoconstriction effect. It is not producing the compensatory effect by dilating the vessels, by activating the beta 2 receptors. So in the case of norepinephrine, there is an increase in both systolic and diastolic pressure due to alpha receptors. In this case, you will definitely not face any compensatory vasodilation by beta 2 receptors, which are present on the blood vessels, which are supplying to the skeletal muscles. So from this, it is clear that as this norepinephrine has no action on the beta receptors or minimum action on the beta receptors, so this norepinephrine is not useful in the treatment of asthma. Now coming towards the next effect, that is baroreceptor effects. We know, students, that these baroreceptors are actually the sensors which are present on the carotid sinus and the aortic arch. So what is the function of these receptors? These receptors actually sense the changes in the blood pressure. They sense the blood pressure, they give information to the brain, and then the brain will perform its action to maintain the blood pressure. Now, what is this norepinephrine doing? Whenever there is increase in blood pressure, this increase in blood pressure will get sensed by the baroreceptors, or this increase in blood pressure will stimulate the baroreceptors, which will definitely then induce the vagal activity. Now, due to this vagal activity, there will be a reflex bradycardia. So, what is happening in this bradycardia? We will definitely, your norepinephrine is increasing the blood pressure, but your vagal activity is doing the bradycardia, which is sufficient to counteract the local action of the norepinephrine. Now, these baroreceptors, this vagal activity is producing an action that is opposite to your norepinephrine. So in this case, we have a reflex system, reflex compensation. So, but this reflex compensation will definitely not affect the positive inotropic effect of the drug. It will definitely not affect the positive inotropic effect of the norepinephrine. Now, what is inotropic effect? We already know. Positive inotropic effect means to strengthen the heart contractions. So, what will you do in this case if you administer atropine to the patient? Now, this atropine will definitely block the vagal effect. As a result, there will be no compensatory effect. So, administration of norepinephrine before administration of atropine before norepinephrine will stimulate the heart to the effect of the norepinephrine. As a result, there will be tachycardia, there will be no reflex bradycardia. So, baroreceptor was involved with the vagal activity, while the function of norepinephrine was to increase the heart rate. So, in this case, if you are administering atropine to the patient before the administration of norepinephrine, there will be no vagal activity, there will be no bradycardia, and in this case, you will get a resultant, you will get an effect that is tachycardia. Now, what are the therapeutic uses of these drugs? So, norepinephrine, as we know, that is, it is involved in increasing the blood pressure. It is a vasoconstrictor, so you can use this drug in the treatment of the shock. Why you can use this drug in the treatment of the shock? We know that in shock, there is drop in blood flow through the body. So in this case, if norepinephrine is increasing your blood pressure, if it is constricting the vessels, then this is the preferred drug for the treatment of the shock. Secondly, we know that these norepinephrine produce least effect on the beta receptors. So you can't use this drug for asthmatic patients. Now coming towards the pharmacokinetics of the drug, we can give norepinephrine by IV for rapid onset of action. Now what is the duration of action of this norepinephrine? Its duration of action is for 1 to 2 minutes followed by the end of the infusion. So what are the how this is get metabolized? Your norepinephrine is get metabolized by 2 enzymes. First one is MAO, that is monoamine oxidase, and the second one is catechol O-methyltransferase. Now these formed metabolites are now excreted in the urine. Now what are the adverse effects of norepinephrine? Adverse effects of norepinephrine are similar to that of the epinephrine. So as this is a vasoconstrictor, norepinephrine is a vasoconstrictor. It has ability to cause the blanching and slogging of the skin. Now what is blanching? Blanching means this white appearance. And what is slogging? Slogging means separation of the dead tissues from the living tissues. So we have effects that are blanching and slogging at the site of the injection. Now, in case if there is extravasation, if there is leakage of the drug from the vessels into the tissue, then what it will do, it will cause tissue necrosis. So this drug should not be administered in the peripheral veins. This drug has ability to, if there is impairment of the circulation by this drug, you can use antagonist. Example of the antagonist include phentolamine. So students, this was all about the pharmacokinetic and therapeutic uses of norepinephrine.